the rest of the moves the deep state has.
Please.
He's trying to pull the troops out. Thank you. He's trying to pull the troops out of Ukraine. The U.S. funds 83% of the funding that's public. Trump, people say, oh, Trump can't kill this. He can't stop this. The hell he can't. He's the commander in chief. So Kennedy tried to pull out the troops. He pulled out 100,000 and he was dead a month later in 63. So here's what the deep state needs to do. Everybody's against him. The whole world's waking up to him. They want to kill, I'll be very slow here. They want to kill Trump now even more because this just gave him 20 points. He's not, all these Democrats are now voting Trump. He's not going to win by 10 points. He's going to win by 30 points. This is a major political realignment. He got shot in the side of the head, perfect hole right through his ear, quarter inch over, right in the temple. This is so epic. So what is the deep state going to do? I study clandestine operations. I study all this stuff. I had a lot of family worked in this, and I'm not talking about pencil pushing areas of government. I'm talking about overthrow of government people, okay? And they told me all this stuff when I was a kid. So here's what's going to go down. They've got the deep state has truck bombs loaded in Florida. They have truck bombs, in my opinion, loaded in Wisconsin. And if they don't block the roads off a half mile from Mar-a-Lago with serious concrete dividers, if they don't block off Wisconsin, which Trump said, screw it, I'm going there tomorrow. If they don't do that, the next move is roll a truck full of plastic explosives into the event. They're also going to try to poison him. They got people inside his organization. So poisoning, truck bombs, shootings is all that works. Also, they've been pre-programming cyber attacks by the Russians, claiming they're working with Trump supporters. The FBI already put out reports last year saying the Russians working with Trump supporters are going to cut the U.S. power off. No, the desperate deep state. So cyber attacks, power outages, truck bomb attacks, but it gets worse. They will also, and this is totally,
I love how you go. You go truck bombs, power outages, and then you go, and it gets worse. Like, it's crazy to think about getting it. And I understand what you're saying. It's so wild to think about.
Trillion% clear.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for sensational reasons.
No, for sure.
Okay. I want to be all I do is study this. So this is the normal threat continuum. So on the ladder, indictments, civil stuff, garbage, impeachments, take them off the ballot. And so next is assassination. So if you're a deep state and you shoot at the king, you miss, what's next? You don't just try to blow the king up with a truck bomb. You don't just try to poison his food. That's just standard procedure in history. You then attack black churches, black colleges with truck bombs or mass shooters. But a truck bomb is great when you're desperate because you don't even have to wind up a shooter. You just do it and claim a Trump supporter did it. So they have already said, Senator Blumenthal that's run the attacks on me and others have said, they've introduced the legislation that when he's president-elect, because it's not just 112 days of the election, or 113. It's that in that 79 days from the early November to January 20th, when he gets inaugurated, that 79 days, the Democrats have said there's going to be massive civil unrest. And when Trump tries to call up the National Guard under the Insurrection Act, they've introduced a bill to strip him of that power, which is a coup against the executive. So they've already, I'm going for hours. They've pre-programmed all of this where they're going to stage attacks on black people. That's all pre-programmed, all the shows, all the movies, everything. Say Trump supporters are behind it, and they believe that will trump, pun intended, everything Trump is saying, everything Trump is doing.
You think they'll try to start a race war or massive civil unrest based on like a false flag attack that's may not be an assassination, but is just to destabilize the public and to just introduce chaos into the process?
Yeah, let's be clear, Tim. I don't think I know.
Right.
You have to understand, there's a Rand Corporation 34-step ladder they've had since the 50s that's been updated that shows how nuclear war starts. We're at like 29 in Ukraine.
Right.
So this stuff has all been ridiculously war games. So it's not that I'm that smart. I know about Operation Gladio when the Russians took over most of Europe. The West staged terror attacks, and I hate the communists. I mean, I had family involved in Gladio. Let's say on the periphery. I'll leave it at that. So the point is, I know about all this. Like if your dad's a mechanic, you know how to fix a diesel engine. Okay, so I know about the stuff. So the West had stay-behind networks when the Russians took over part of Eastern Europe and part of Western Europe, like Germany, East Germany. They had groups that staged terror attacks and labeled on the Russians. And the Russians did similar stuff, but the West was so good at it with Hollywood, the media, Operation Gladio. So this is Gladio 2.0. They just shot the Slovakian president 5 times. He lived. They're trying to kill Viktor Orban. He's trying to stop World War III. We are in direct war with Russia. And Trump is saying the military-industrial complex, I'm not doing that. This is stupid for business. He doesn't feel powerful killing people. He doesn't think war is sexy because he's not a pussy. So I'm telling you, the default is truck bombs, poison Trump, shoot him if they can, and then separately stage terror attacks against the pre-programming's there. It's black people. They're going to hit black people with massive terror attacks. I mean, we may have hundreds dead at a church, hundreds dead at a college, and they're going to say a Trump supporter did it. Now, that's their next move. Do they got the guts to pull it? I think they do.
What
So